If you're running the Auckland Half Marathon this weekend, this course guide will give you everything you need to know, whether you're running your first or your fifth Auckland Half Marathon, from the Harbour Bridge climb through to the finish line in Victoria Park. This course guide will help you run faster, more efficiently, and help you to achieve your goals of this weekend. I'm Coach Ray, and welcome to my half marathon course guide for the Auckland Half Marathon. What you'll learn in today's video are course insights, pacing advice, and performance tips so you can optimize everything out there on the course. Talking of the course, let's have a quick look. So you're going to start in Devonport. You're going to run north through Takapuna before heading south over the Harbour Bridge, looping round before finishing in Victoria Park. As you can see, there's some undulations on the course, nothing too big. General strategy for the course is to have consistent effort throughout the event. Conservative start, build your pace, build your effort so you can finish nice and strong. What I recommend you do is use my 1/3 pacing strategy. We break the event up into thirds, 7 kilometers roughly each. First third, nice steady pace. That takes you through to Auburn Street as you turn left onto Anzac Street. That's about the 7K mark, nice and easy to find. The second 7 kilometers ends when you hit the start of the Harbour Bridge, so you're picking the pace up from that steady pace to a faster pace through the middle, and then your fastest pace for that final third, the last 7 kilometers. Now, if you're finding yourself relatively fresh with only a few kilometers left to go, once you've come down off the bridge, wound down underneath it through the West Haven Marina, that's the point where you can pick the pace up some more right through as you get closer to the finish line. Now, if you're looking to run a sub 2 hour event, you need to average 5 minutes 41 per kilometer. Now, I recommend you start nice and calm and steady. Let the faster runners run away from you. Don't try and keep up with them. If you do, you'll get tired early and you'll struggle to maintain your pace later on. Focus on your cadence, focus on your posture. As you get tired, you're going to hunch your shoulders, you're going to round your head forward. What I want you to do is open up the airway, shoulders back, upper body nice and tall, run proud. That keeps the airway open so you can get plenty of air into the lungs and that oxygen can be distributed to the running muscles, as opposed to closing down the airway with the head down, minimizing the oxygen getting in. Nice tall posture, shoulders back, enjoying the run. So for those opening 7 kilometers, aim for 550 per kilometer. In the middle third, pick that pace up to 540 per kilometer and then finish nice strong 5 minutes 30 per kilometer, or even under that if you can. For those looking at doing a sub 1 hour 50, you need to average 512 per kilometer. Now, I don't mean you do 512 every kilometer, but average that over the course of the day. Don't try and bank that time early. Stick to the scheduled pace, strong through each aid station, and watch for your pace to drift late in the event. That opening third, aim for 520 per kilometer. Increase that to 510 through the middle third, and then that final third, that last 7 kilometers, under 5 minutes. 4:55 to 5 minutes, and you'll be home and hosed under 1 hour 50 comfortably. Those of you looking for a sub 1 hour 40, you need to average 4:44 per kilometer. As with the other groups, stay relaxed early. Hold a good rhythm. Use the pacing groups if possible and focus on that last 5 kilometers. Your opening third needs to be 4:55, holding about that. The middle third, 4:45, and then picking the pace up for that final 7 kilometers between 4:30 and 4:35, finishing nice and strong. Now, for those of you looking to go sub 1 hour 30 like Jess did last year, that's her running in the Auckland Half last year, you need to be averaging 4:17 per kilometer across the day. Now, I know the screen says 4:15, but that's going to give you that little bit of a fudge factor. I want you to have a nice controlled start, strong through the middle, and a nice tough finish. Sit in through those early stages and then surge towards the end. Now, if you run using running power or heart rate, flick me a message. We can catch up and have a bit of a discussion about what is going to be appropriate for you, because everyone's heart rate, everyone's running power is going to be different. Whereas running pace using a Garmin or some other sort of GPS watch, well, it needs to be 4:15 an average across the whole day. So aim for 4:25 for that opening 7 kilometers. Through that middle third, 4:15, and then that final 7 kilometers, 4 minutes to 4:05, or even a little bit under 3 minutes something for those last few kilometers. That will get you that sub 1 hour 30 nice and comfortably. Now, to help you achieve this, I've got a few tips to help mentally prepare. The first one, I recommend sitting down, or before you sit down, print out my free self-psych form. Print it off, use a pen and paper, actually write the answers on it. But 2 nights out, one night before the race, find some quiet time, sit down for 20 to 30 minutes and physically write your answers on the sheet of paper. That will help you consolidate the plan in your head. And if something was to go wrong on race day, you've got options already thought about and written down, and you can default to those and work through to successfully get through it. Working through the self-psych form is going to increase your chance of achieving your goals, and it'll help you talk through and walk through developing that race plan. The link is in the description down below. Download it for free and achieve your goals. Hand in hand with that, spend some time visualizing what success looks like. What are the key points in the event that you need to think about, and visualize them. If you're staying in the center of town and you need to catch a water taxi across, then visualize what that's like. There can be queues on race morning to get on the water taxis or the ferries, passenger ferries, I forget what they call them. Make sure you're across there with plenty of time to go. Visualize that start area. There's a lot of runners on the start line. Visualize yourself seating yourself appropriately, that gun going off, running under that start line. Some key points on the race, coming up over the harbour bridge, coming through, visualizing success, turning into Victoria Park, looking at your watch and seeing 1:59 on there, knowing that you've achieved that sub 2 hour goal. Or it might be looking at your watch and seeing 1:29 and knowing that you've achieved that sub 1 hour 30 goal. Visualize those key parts of the race. Now, I mentioned breaking the race into the 1/3 pacing strategy. Some people, that 7Ks, it's just a weird number. They don't like doing it. So break it into 5K chunks. 5K is a lot better. It's nice and easy. You can count it easily. One hand is all you need for the 4 5Ks, plus the little bit extra afterwards. Nice and easy to tick off mentally as well, as opposed to ticking off 21.1 1 kilometer chunks. You start running out of fingers pretty quickly, and I know it's well marked, but it's hard to keep track of between the different markers. And if you're in a big group and you miss seeing the marker on the side of the road, you don't need to worry about it. Those 5K chunks, tick them off. 7K chunks, tick them off. There's only 3 to do. I also recommend having some sort of mantra. One that I often use in just about every event I go to is when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So when I find my mindset is shifting, in particularly in a negative direction, I use that to reframe myself back on the path to success. Turn it around. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. That's my cue to put that negative thoughts away and focus on what's going well and bring myself forward, moving positively towards the finish line. You don't need to know all the lyrics to the song. That one line is all I go off. If you've got a different song that you prefer to use that is more in your mindset, use it. Or it might be a poem or a little wee quote. Have something in the back of your mind that can be your go-to. Now, the weather on the day, it's going to be partially cloudy with light winds. Almost perfect running conditions. High of 19 expected. So it's going to be really good, but it's Auckland. We can expect a little bit of rain at some point during the day. So be prepared for any weather conditions. Hydration. At the aid stations, they're using pure electrolyte. They've also got the option of water. It can be a long day, particularly for those of you out there with more recreational goals. Make sure you keep that fluid topped up. And if you need that little bit of energy, that carbohydrate electrolyte drink, take some of that, use it. If you don't want to use pure, make sure you carry what you need. If that wind picks up, it'll dehydrate you a little bit more. So make sure you are getting something from the aid stations. And if it's hotter than forecast, once again, make sure you're topping up each aid station throughout the course. Now, race morning, make sure you take all the key things you need: your race number, your running shoes, your cap, your sunglasses. Make sure you've got everything there. Your race number has a bag label. Make sure you use the bag drop. You can leave everything at the start line and that will be transported to the finish line for you to pick up. You'll need to wear your race number to get in there and pick it up, and then you'll be checked that you're picking up the correct bag as you leave. As for your warm-up, that's going to depend on what your goals are. If your goals are purely recreational, a 10-minute jog leading into the start is going to be sufficient, using those first few kilometers to finalize that warm-up. If you've got quite a competitive goal, make sure you get a thorough warm-up, sort of 15, 20 minutes total, including some stride outs, some faster paced efforts to get that heart rate up, timing that to finish just before the start. And you need to be on the start line. So the start time is 6:50. Be in a good position for the race briefing 5 minutes beforehand at 6:45. There will be toilet queues. There are going to be plenty of portaloos there. Make sure you go nice and early and don't overhydrate prior to the race start. Now, final tips in terms of getting through and finishing strong: dig deep for those final 2 to 3 kilometers. So when you go back under the harbour bridge by West Haven Marina, that's roughly 3Ks to go. If you're feeling fresh, start picking it up from that point there. Give everything once you've got 1 kilometer to go as you go through the Wynyard Quarter, and use those aid stations as a bit of a reference point. But for those using the 1/3 pacing strategy, that first third, steady pace through to Auburn Street just prior to turning left onto Anzac Street. Pick that pace up to a faster pace, and then for those final 7 kilometers from when you hit that harbour bridge, that fastest pace all the way home from that point on. 2 key steps, but 3 key stages as you pick your pace up through the event. All the best this weekend. Go out there, absolutely smash it. Put your comments down below. Let me know how you got on, how you found the self-psych form and making the most of it. Now, if you want to smash your next half marathon, I've got a number of training plans to help you achieve that. I've got my Project 2 Hour, my Project 150, my Project 140, and my Project 130. These are plans designed to help you achieve that time goal. There are 10-week options, there's 20-week options, depending on where your form is at. See what time you do on the weekend, and then look to choose the most appropriate plan for your next event to help optimize your performance. If you're wanting some strength training to help complement your run training, my Run Strong, Build Strength for Faster, More Efficient Running training plan is the option for you. I've got 12-week options, I've got 24-week options, and with 2 or 3 gym sessions per week to make you more resilient, make you less injury prone, and just strengthen up your whole body to optimize your running performance. And if you want to join the Qwik Kiwi squad for the Hamilton Half Marathon, the 18-week, that's a typo there, isn't it? The 18-week training plan starts on 10th of November, giving you a little bit of time to recover, and then we're into the new plan and building you up for the Hamilton Half Marathon. If you want something a little bit more personalized, send me a direct message. On Facebook, I'm easy to find. On Instagram, I'm at coach_ray_nz. And if you want to send me an email, coachray@coachray.nz. I've got plenty of options to help build your fitness based around your goals, your lifestyle, and your other commitments, your family, your work, your study, etc. Once again, all the best this weekend. Go out there and smash your goals, and then let me know in the comments how you got on, and I look forward to helping you achieve your next goal.